Successful companies such as Google, General Mills, and others have embraced mindfulness training as a means of cultivating an increasingly resilient, creative, and positive workforce, one motivated by individual responsibility for success.
I'm Sean Quinlivan. If thought constructs alone really worked, we would be all healed and our organizations galvanized by the plethora of self-help and organizational psychology books available. Which is not to say that those thoughts and ideas are invalid, but rather that real transformation requires more than mere thinking.
While mindfulness does integrate thought constructs, some of which are founded upon ancient wisdom and philosophy, it is primarily a somatic methodology, a conscious connection of mind, body, and spirit rooted in focused breathing and the practice of mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness is the discipline of being fully aware and present in the moment without judgment, expectation, or attachment to outcomes. In this video, we use the lens of science, including quantum physics, cosmometry, and the emerging field of neurocardiology, to explore the profound benefits of practicing and mastering mindfulness. A key component to mastering mindfulness is the somatic phenomenon of heart entrainment, which is conscious enhancement and synchronization of the communication between the heart and brain. Heart entrainment modulates critical self-regulatory functions of the autonomic nervous system, increases order and function in the higher level brain centers, and can be accomplished through techniques that are readily integrated into a daily mindfulness regimen. So let's take a closer look at heart entrainment and how it works. Across cultures, religions, and belief systems throughout history, the heart has been considered the center of our being, the source of spiritual wisdom, insight, courage, and divine connection. Our common language includes countless organic expressions that include the word heart. These expressions, which are used to depict one's true feelings, perceptions, and intentions, demonstrate we have long realized the heart has its own special way of perceiving, experiencing, and knowing. And of course, the heart ideogram is a traditional symbol representing the heart as the center of emotion, particularly love and affection. In the last several decades, science has begun illuminating our innate understanding of the heart's conscious properties and influence on our overall functioning. In the field of neurocardiology, scientists have discovered that the heart possesses its own intrinsic nervous system, a cell network of over 40,000 neurons. At the HeartMath Institute, research has demonstrated the heart to be a sophisticated sensory organ capable of learning, memory, and functional decision-making independent of the brain. Experiments have demonstrated that the heart continuously sends signals to the brain, which influence the functions of cognition and emotional reactivity, as well as more subliminal forms of sentience, such as instinct, intuition, and precognition. The heart's electromagnetic field is believed to act as a central synchronizing signal within the body, a key transmitter of emotional information and mediator of energetic interactions, both between people and with the myriad bio and geo-electromagnetic energy fields surrounding us. Groundbreaking research on electromagnetic field interactions demonstrates how living and acting from a state of heart entrainment, which is mindfully practicing sustained feelings of compassion, gratitude, and empathy, positively affects our health, intuition, and overall functionality, while also impacting our external reality in terms of precognition, manifesting intention, and engendering cohesion in social structure. The heart affects our awareness, perceptions, and intelligence. A growing body of research shows that heart coherence is an optimal physiological state associated with increased cognitive function, self-regulatory capacity, emotional stability, and resilience. Studies using a technique called spectral analysis have demonstrated that heartbeat patterns change significantly as we experience different emotions, and that these changes correlate with the structure of the electromagnetic field of the heart. Negative emotions engender erratic, disordered, non-rhythmic heartbeats. Positive emotions create heartbeat patterns that are smooth, coherent, and rhythmic. In this more coherent state, brain waves synchronize with the heart's electromagnetic field, and blood pressure, respiratory functioning, and other oscillatory systems naturally calibrate to the soothing rhythms of the heart. This coherent state, or heart entrainment, can be enhanced by meditation and mindfulness techniques coupled with sustained positive emotions such as gratitude, compassion, and empathy. Research has shown that the heart and brain communicate in 4 major ways: biophysically via pressure waves, which is heart rate and blood pressure; biochemically via hormones and neurotransmitters; neurologically via transmission of nerve impulses; and energetically via electromagnetic field interactions. These 4 major communication pathways are inextricably intertwined, with each having a profound role in heart entrainment. Blood pressure and heart rate are the biophysical communications between the heart and brain that reflect heart rhythms, the most dynamic overall indicator of one's emotional state, stress level, cognitive processes, and functioning of virtually all bodily systems. Biochemical communications occur between the heart and brain via the heart's production and secretion of hormones and neurotransmitters that have a wide-ranging impact on the body. Among these are norepinephrine, epinephrine, and dopamine, which are neurotransmitters once thought to be produced only in the brain, and oxytocin, which can act as a neurotransmitter and is referred to as the love or social bonding hormone. Beyond its well-known functions in childbirth and lactation, oxytocin has also been shown to be involved in cognition, tolerance, trust, and friendship, and the establishment of enduring pair bonds. Remarkably, concentrations of oxytocin produced in the heart are in the same range as those produced in the brain. The neurological communication between the heart and brain involves the heart's intrinsic cardiac nervous system interacting with the body's cardiovascular system to modulate brain activity. This complex relationship includes both the sympathetic and parasympathetic branches of the autonomic nervous system acting to regulate the flow of afferent or ascending signals, transmissions from the heart to the brain, and the efferent or descending signals, transmissions from the brain to the heart. The intricate neurological communication network between the brain and heart is responsible for the generation of heart rhythms, which studies have consistently shown significantly impact higher level brain centers and overall functioning. The energetic communication between the heart and brain is known as cardio-electromagnetic communication. The heart generates the human organism's most powerful electromagnetic energy field. This is also our strongest rhythmic electromagnetic field, enveloping every cell of the body and extending outward in a torus field of energy around us. Findings demonstrate that the timing between pulses of the heart's energy field is impacted by different emotional states, and that heart entrainment techniques can modulate this rhythm, increasing heart coherence and synchrony with the brain. Research also suggests the heart's electromagnetic energy field is an important transmitter of encoded information, and the signals generated by the heart have the capacity to both affect individuals around us and to interact and synchronize with the myriad bio and geo-electromagnetic fields of energy and wave frequencies along the infinite electromagnetic spectrum. Cardio-electromagnetic communication appears not only to be the way we subliminally connect to one another, but a means by which we connect with the conscious energy of our living, breathing universe.
Cathexis Therapeutic Imagery, we not only help our clients learn that unity consciousness, or love, is transformative, but why this is a fundamental truth, and how this truth works in our lives, in the physiological function of our bodies, in our thoughts and beliefs, our intentions, and our social interactions.
There is an evolutionary trend among a number of scientists that is bringing Eastern and Western foundational scientific beliefs into alignment. Among these scientists are Stephen Hawking, Greg Braden, Elizabeth Sautawis, Nassim Haramein, and John Hagelin. What these and many others have come to regard as fundamental quantum physics theory is that beneath molecules, atoms, subatomic particles, and quarks lies a singular unified field of energy, an intelligence from which all forces and particles emerge, a conscious structural matrix that exists everywhere in the universe. This energy field is referred to as consciousness or intelligence because it encompasses the basic behavior of all things within the functioning laws of nature. This concept, also known as unified field theory or unity consciousness, is gaining tremendous traction in the global scientific community despite being diametrically opposed to the traditional assumptions of Western science, which postulates, among other things, that the universe is non-living and that consciousness is an emergent product of matter. In this brief clip, Dr. John Hagelin discusses unified field theory.
Progress in our understanding of the universe through physics over the past quarter century has been exploring deeper levels of natural law, from the macroscopic to the microscopic, from the molecular to the atomic to the nuclear to subnuclear levels of nature's functioning, so-called electroweak unified scale, grand unified scale, super unified scale. And what we've discovered at the core basis of the universe, the foundation of the universe, is a single universal field of intelligence, a field which unites gravity with electromagnetism, light, with radioactivity, with the nuclear force, so that all the forces of nature and all the so-called particles of nature, quarks, leptons, protons, neutrons, are now understood to be one. They're all just different ripples on a single ocean of existence. That's called the unified field or superstring field, and it's a mathematical tour de force. But we have realized Einstein's dream. He dedicated half of his life to discovering this unified field, and now in the context of the superstring, that has been achieved. So unified field theories based on the superstring identify a single universal field of intelligence, an ocean of existence, at the basis of everything, mind and matter. And all the so-called particles of the universe, the forces in our universe, everything in the universe are just ripples on that ocean of existence. That's the unified field. And that field is a non-material field. It is ultimately the field of consciousness. And all our separate consciousness, wherever there's consciousness, is merely consciousness by virtue of the fact that my consciousness, your consciousness, are ultimately that. Everything in the universe is really nothing but that. Planets, trees, people, animals, we're all just waves of vibration of this underlying unified superstring field. We are really united at our core. And ultimately the understanding that's emerging will be that there is only one consciousness in this room. And it is you, and it is me, and it is each and every one of us. We individualize our consciousness through the filter of our nervous system, but the consciousness itself, our very inner subjectivity, the self in the big sense, that is universal. And knowing that, knowing it through experience, is called enlightenment. and have been called enlightenment through the ages.
Our bodies are suffused in an internal and external environment of fluctuating, invisible, magnetic forces that affect every cell and virtually every biological system. Intuitive and emotional information encoded in our heart rhythms is transmitted via the electromagnetic field into the environment, which can be detected by others and processed in the same manner as internally generated signals. As we entrain our hearts for coherence, we also optimize our electromagnetic field interactions with the energy fields of those around us, as well as with other bio and geo-electromagnetic energy fields, including the underlying unified energy field. In this energetic way, heart entrainment fine-tunes our own individuated unity consciousness, our intuitive higher knowledge and empathic interconnectedness with the world and its inhabitants, which manifests as compassion and cohesion in the social and organizational structures in which we interact. To fully comprehend the wide-ranging impact of unity consciousness, it is necessary to explore the dynamics of the torus field of energy. Cosmometry considers the torus, the whole field emerging and returning to its source, as the fundamental form of balanced energy flow found in sustainable systems at all scales. It is the primary component that enables a seamless, fractal embedding of energy flow from microatomic to macrogalactic, wherein each individual entity has its own unique identity while also being connected with all else. In the words of inventor, cosmologist, and pioneering researcher Arthur Young, the self in a toroidal universe can be both separate and connected with everything else. Our atmosphere and ocean dynamics are toroidal and are influenced by the Earth's geomagnetic field. Plants, animals, and their ecosystems embody torus flow dynamics and interact with the Earth's atmospheric and oceanic systems. This process exists in the organs and physiological systems of all living organisms, the cells, molecules, atoms, subatomic particles that comprise their makeup. Indeed, via the unified field of energy, all manifest entities are informed of the presence of the cosmos in every moment, while simultaneously informing the cosmos of their localized presence. This kind of reciprocal exchange is a primary feature of toroidal systems, where the individual is informed and influenced by its surrounding environment, and the surrounding environment is informed and influenced by the individual in a continuous, balanced, rhythmic interchange. The heart is the center of our electromagnetic field, which flows in a toroidal pattern around us. Our conscious energy, encoded with emotional and intuitive information, emerges, interacts with other conscious energy fields, and returns to its source. Just as in the case of black hole singularity at the center of galaxies, our center point, the heart, continually connects us with the underlying unified field of energy. This is the cardio-electromagnetic and geometric function of unity consciousness in the human organism, the singularity in the center of our hearts that both individuates us and connects us with everything else. Heart entrainment is the flow of higher awareness and intuition we experience when the mind and emotions are brought into synchronicity with the heart. By mastering mindfulness, we become heart-centered and coherent, in alignment with our deeper source of intuitive intelligence and connection with unity consciousness.
We are better able to regulate our self-composure and establish a new and enlightened physiological and psychological baseline for interacting with our world. We cultivate an increased flow of intuition, affirm the unifying force of empathy and compassion for ourselves and others, and develop a stronger trust with our instinctive inner voice.